Alright guys, I got one last build for you that I put together. Now I have 3 or 4 multiple builds that all work pretty good. This one here is utilizing 2-piece sentries and 2-piece tacticians. I'm giving up a little bit of extra DPS to gain quite a bit of extra skill power. It's a pretty nice solid build. Same guns that I use normally, so I'm not going to cover my guns. As far as my stats go, I have just enough firearms. You need 2579 to unlock Brutal on my MP7. We've got 108,000 life, 36 crit chance, 142 crit damage. Headshot damage is at 89. I think it's actually higher than that, to be honest. I think that's bugged out. But let's see here. Survivability, we've got the 108k health and just enough armor. Actually, I'm over cap on armor. I have a bit much armor. I only need 53. I'm like, what? I think I'm 65 over cap or so. 75 over cap, but I'd rather be a little bit over capped than under capped. So I need a little bit better armor on some pieces of gear, and I could actually drop a mod slot. I don't need much, so I could actually make my gear a bit better just by rolling some higher armor on, like, probably this chest piece or something. Oh, that's a pretty nice roll, 601. My holster, what did it roll? 459. I could make up for some on my holster there. That wouldn't be a bad idea. But let's go over the gear here. We're running a 2-socket Vigorous chest with first aid, self-heal, and an armor roll, socketed with stamina and armor mods. It's a pretty nice chest. We've got 2 different options. I've got a Sentry's Call mask with skill power. It's actually a low stamina version, which kind of sucks, but it does have my skill power. I have a really nice high stamina version here, but I don't really want to roll this 2-socket one into skill power. I want to keep this 2-socket, so I can choose between them. Whether I want to put my toughness, I can get my toughness to 450k with this one, but I would be dropping 5,000 skill power. So I stuck with this set, since it's tacticians, 2-piece, trying to get 30k skill power here. So I'm using this mask here. We've got my knee pads. These are my Sentry's knee pads that I use in every build. Still haven't been able to replace these. I do have a nice pair of tacticians knee pads, so I might roll these. These are actually better. They're 3% crit damage better. They are missing 20 armor compared. But I can roll these into stamina or firearms. Right now my knee pads are firearms, but I could actually use this to go with a stamina piece. Pretty nice pair of knee pads that I have. I can use to swap. We've got this tactician's backpack. 741 stamina with a mod slot, so I've got a stamina mod with armor in the backpack. It rolled very good skill power, almost max 6,700 skill power. Decent backpack here. I like this backpack. Not as good as this one, but it's nice. And this Final Measure backpack, not as good as this either, I would say, because this has first aid self-heal on it. I really wish this tac backpack would have had first aid self-heal on it, but it didn't. My awesome gloves, Savage gloves, stamina version, crit chance, crit damage with first aid self-heal. The only thing I don't have first aid self-heal on this build is my backpack, but these are real nice gloves with high base armor. And this nasty pair of Tactician's holster right here. 675, 677, and 663 main stats. With a decent armor roll across it, I can get a little bit more. I can get it over 500. But pretty nice. Getting that 2-piece bonus of 4,000 skill power with this tac, and that's pumping me up to almost 30,000 skill power. If I get a little bit more armor elsewhere, I can break the 30,000 skill power by putting a skill power mod in. And let me just show you my heals are actually really strong with this build. Even though I don't have first aid self-heal on my backpack, my booster shot is healing for 38,000. Healing friends for 48,000. So that's pretty massive. That will give them a full overheal. Most of my teammates that have 100k health, That'll give them a full overheal with only walking into it once. If they walk into it twice, it'll heal them quite a bit and overheal them. So this is real nice. As you can see, the first blip pretty much fills me up. Let's throw a couple grenades on the ground. See if I can damage myself up. Oh, I should have waited for my overheal to go away. Derp. Alright, so we're damaged up. And now we're going to pop my overheal in a second. Give it to me. Spling, spling. So it didn't quite fill me up there, but close. That's a pretty strong heal. And you can walk back in it and get fully healed up. I kind of like this build. The final measure set was pretty nice too, having that final measure mixed in there. But I don't know, I don't really mind once in a while dying to the fire pissers. And I don't usually die in PvP because of not having exotic damage resilience. It doesn't seem like... I don't even remember the last time I got one pumped by a marksman rifle with explosive rounds. It hasn't been very common anymore, which is weird. I think a lot of people don't expect to kill you with it anymore because there's so many people running final measures. I have noticed that it is a lot harder to kill people. I think it's just because of the extra toughness and the final measure being in there, as well as brutal not doing so much damage. But base DPS here, 180k. My toughness is broken. Switch your knee pads if your stats break. It'll usually fix it. 180k DPS is kind of low, but when I do a booster shot, it goes up to 207, and if I get in my smart cover, it goes up to 275k. So when I'm in my smart cover with a booster shot, I'm doing the same amount of damage as with my final measures, but my heal is a lot stronger. So it's kind of tough, and I'm reducing a lot more damage with my smart cover. So my smart cover's doing 50.5 damage resistance and 37.9 damage buff, which is really strong. That's a lot. That extra 10,000 skill power between this and my final measure set is a big difference, especially with the smart cover. So I don't know which one I'm going to run tomorrow. I might run this one. I'm kind of liking this one. Let me know what you guys think. My talents are the same as usual. I've got one is none, combat medic, critical save, and triage, running smart cover, and my first aid self-heal booster shot. Overdose heals me for a huge amount, 65,000, which is pretty cool. I wonder why ally isn't higher. That seems kind of buggy. Ally should be higher there. That's weird. Really weird. But yeah. Let me know what you guys think of this build. I'm kind of really liking this one. This seems pretty solid for having a really good heal, having a really good smart cover. My DPS is a bit low if I'm not buffed up, but I don't know. I'm liking this. I don't know. Yeah. What do you guys think? Let me know.